my problem is like similar to yours. I feel like lately, like being in class and learning all these things that we're learning, and being in my internship and being with the kids and like applying all these things, I feel like my mind is just always analyzing all the time. And then it's like similar to you, like struggling with like the boundary of when to like step in, like in my personal life, like when to step in and be the one to like mediate and solve all the problems, and when to just be like, I can't do this right now, and walk away. It's like, yeah. But I feel like just at work, at the restaurant, there's always so much drama, and like I'll try to fix it, and like so I did that yesterday, and I was exhausted. Like I left work last night, I was just exhausted. And I was like, well, now I have to go and be at the school today and deal with these kids, which like I love doing, but it's like I feel like I had no break. Because it's like I took that on at work yesterday. But then like the person who I helped yesterday texted me today, and he was like, he like thanked me for it, and he was like, thank you for like being real with me, and like I know we don't always get along, but I love being able to talk to you. And it's like, so then it does make me feel good, so but then it makes it even harder the next time to not get involved. It's like, I don't know.
Is there like, so you said at work at the restaurant, and then going into school, that's one of the things that that's one of the things that I don't want to put words in your mouth by any means, but it kind of burns you out.
Like kind of, it's like I just want to break sometimes, but I'm the one not giving myself a break, really. So it's like self-regulating, I guess. And like the analyzing, like the constant, it's like I need to learn to just like stop and just like exist in the moment.
Do you think there might be other sort of like leisure activities you could find time for, maybe to like fill in some of your time? Like, yes, of course you need to go to work and you go to school, and it right now for you it probably feels like a very constant thing, but do you think maybe like even just like spending an hour watching the Kardashians or something where you can kind of turn off your brain for a little bit?
I think I just need like more time by myself. I feel like I'm just surrounded all the time lately because I'm so busy. So like the only time I'm alone is when I'm doing homework, and it's not okay. It's like not enough. Because that's not really relaxing. And then anytime I have like a few hours off, if anybody hears about it, like my friends or like my mom, they're like, well, what are you doing? Well, why don't we do this? And then I'm like, well, like I can't say no. Like I can, but I don't. And then it's like I'm just going like always.
Would there be
like I can't wait for that trip today. Like I'm today, but you know what I mean.
When are you going on it again?
December 26th. I can't. I just like
okay.
It's like I'm holding on to that date in my head. Like I don't know. I just want to get away.
Well, as hard as it's gonna be, I guess opportunities like that, you just kind of have to keep that in the front of your brain. Like, yes, right now it's super stressful, but towards the end of the semester, you'll have less to do.
Right.
On like, what is it, the 15th or 18th? That's the last of class.
Yeah.
You'll have some break. You'll have some time. Maybe you'll be able to still take Thursdays off.
Right.
You'll be able to have some breathers just for yourself, and then on the 26th, you'll get to go. It was Alaska.
Yeah.
You'll be able to go on this trip, and you'll be able to, you know, really have some you time.
Nature. Yeah. I need it, and then it's like, I don't know, like my friends are all having like so many problems, and it's like I don't want to be a bad friend, but I can't. Like sometimes I just literally can't, you know.
I mean, do you think it would be such a bad thing to maybe say like,
step back,
hey guys, I have to do some me time. I understand that you're struggling.
I think they would understand, but it's just like don't know, I just feel like a bad friend. And like, if you know how girls are, if you don't listen to all your friends' freaking problems, and then they're like, it's like you don't even know what's going on in their lives
Yeah.
anymore, because not that the only things that happen are problems, but you know what I mean? It like all kind of goes together.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Do you have people outside of your social work friends that you could reach out to about this? Like, make some time for you. Tell them your problems.
Yeah.
Have them like.
Yeah, I do. I have like 2 people who
So.
just like are my.
Because it's not so
sounding
bad.
boards.
This
Yeah.
is super hypocritical, I guess, but it's not so bad to make you time.
Yeah.
Like, have people focus on you and help you
Yeah.
out.
I don't understand why we struggle with that so much. I really don't. It's like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
Put yourself first. Take time for you. And it's like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. But do we ever do it?
No.
No.
Never.
Like, what is wrong with us?
We're broken.
We're broken. We're broken people, like
Yeah.
21 Pilots would say.
Exactly. I mean, is there. Let's see.
So it's just like awareness. I just need to be aware and like pick and choose when I'm gonna be social worker Amanda and when I'm just gonna be Amanda.
Yeah. Do you think that would be helpful, kind of? Not separating yourself into two, but kind of making it. This is social Amanda. She
feel
gets
like-
to go out with her friend. She's gonna go, grab a drink.
Yeah.
Or social work Amanda, where you're solving everyone's problems.
Yeah.
It's everyone else before you, and you help them as much as possible.
I feel like I need that, or
Yeah.
I won't. It's like I need to have like a clear compartments.
Yeah. Leave your helping people at the door when you're leaving your internship, or
Yeah.
even when you're leaving work, you can still help people there.
Mhm.
But you can't bring that with you everywhere you go.
Mhm.
I feel like such a hypocrite.
No, it's not. We're just brainstorming.
Mhm.
And then it's like I have been noticing though, like in a positive light to all this, like the way my communication has changed with people is so subtle,
Mhm.
but I'll like pick up on like just the way I express myself is differently, and people like they're like, oh, like, well, when you say it like that, it makes so much sense. Like, just like if I am like not arguing with somebody, but just like, hey, like this is where I'm coming from, like
Mhm.
that. I've been doing that all, like not all the time, but much more, instead of like doing like the assuming thing. Well, like they obviously must know how I feel about this, because like why, like how is that not so clear? You know, I'll like.
So like
verbalize
common
it.
factors, kind of using like, the indirect communication, all of
Yeah,
that.
I'll just like put it out there, like, well, this is where I'm coming from. This is why I said that or did that, or like, and people are so receptive to that. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's helping the relationships that you have?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something I've been working on, improving my communication with people in general.
And that's been, I'm guessing, helping out overall in your
it's
life.
been- yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, what are the steps you think you need to make to maybe separate your Amandas?
I don't know. I really need to just like assess things in the moment and like I don't know. I think sometimes I just need to listen and not follow up with like you know what I mean? Like my
Mhm.
friends want to tell me all their stuff. Go ahead, tell me, and then I'll just. But it sounds so messed up to say. Like I just won't do anything. I'll just listen. But
do you think that would help you then a
I
little
do.
bit? You
I
even,
do. Like,
as they're talking, just turn off your brain for a little bit
and just listen,
sit
like
there,
be their
nod.
friend, like the
Yeah.
person that I used to be. I feel like now I'm always like not wanting to be people's therapist, but like it's,
Well, you
it's
end up
just like I fall
therapizing.
into it. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like this whole thing that I didn't even know was so developed. It clearly is, because it's like I always have to like be conscious and try to shut it off, and it's
Yeah.
like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
this whole.
Do you think this has always been something that you've automatically done and you're just acknowledging more that you're starting
maybe.
your classes,
Maybe.
or do you think it's becoming more
Bringing the
relevant?
unconscious into
Yeah.
the conscious. Maybe. Interesting.
Because this might have just always been you, but as we're sitting in our classes, you're like, oh no.
Oh shit, it's me. Yeah, like, yeah. Interesting.
I mean, either way, this is just now who social work Amanda's going to
I know,
be.
right? I know. That was a good question. I don't know. I have to think about that.
I'll get back to you next video.
Video number 3.
So, besides being more aware of yourself, is there anything else you think you could try and do? Or being aware and then letting yourself turn yourself off?
Yeah, I think it's like how you were saying too. It's like I have to assess like when it's beneficial for me to like invest
Mm-hmm.
and analyze, because I feel like that's like a part of me that is like, not that it takes a lot out of me, but it's like, do you even deserve me sitting here listening to you and trying to help you and like putting in all this effort of like knowing who like who will appreciate it and who won't, and like,
And for your people at the restaurant, do you think they would respond the same way if you had issues and you had problems?
you know, it's funny, it's like I'm pretty much similar to you, like I could do it in my own head.
Yeah. That's
Or
why
at
we
least
are where we are.
Exactly. Or at least I try to think that I can, you know, like just be able to self-reflect, and just think about it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very much like, if I have a problem, I will go to somebody and be like, I have a problem. You want to help me? Here's what it is. What do you think? Like, I do advocate, so.
Oh, but that's such a good step.
Yeah.
So we don't need to add that into your process. You're already golden for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just being more aware.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like at times, let's see, you do bring your social work out and it is a hindrance to you though, with some people? Like you said that you overanalyze.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think ever that that's not beneficial to you?
Not really. I mean, it's just like it makes me tired. Like, it's exhausting.
Okay.
You know, so I just have to chill out.
So your goals: make more Amanda time.
Yeah.
Be more aware.
Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this helping at all? Or are you doing?
Yeah.
Is this generally what you're feeling? Where you're going?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to put words again to you, but with the videos like this, it's good, especially for you and I, where we can just kind of talk about things, where we do self-regulate our own thoughts and we try to help ourselves internally, but it's good to kind of ramble out,
right?
Because then it helps our thoughts escape and figure out where they're going.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, I feel like you need that person there to be like, like, you know, guiding, I guess. Yeah.
Or even just sitting there nodding.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like, I don't know, we're learning so much and it's like hard to not want to pick it out in the real world and like apply it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And
but I think that's one of the great parts of social work.
yeah.
It's no matter who you meet, it's relatable. Whether it's like the human behavior or talking about addiction, like there are so many different things that you on accident just figure out about people just by being who we are.
Yeah, you know, my boss told me today, actually, she was like, it's like harder for people like us because we're always working.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of the nature of it.
We're social servants.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true though. Like I think her saying that to me made me like really think about it. Like, yeah, you're right. I am.
Mhm.
But like, that's why it's like really it is important to me though to like have like those two people who are the ones doing it for me. You know, I
Mhm.
need it, or I would go nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's.
But then like even then though like I feel almost selfish because then it's like it's more one side. It's more like no, like you help me now. You know, like I do. Like even in those two relationships, it's more like
Yeah.
they get the opposite side of me of like no, I need you. You know,
Yeah.
everybody else is saying that to me,
Yeah.
basically. You know.
But I think that's an okay thing.
Yeah.
Um,
As long as they're okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if they are. I guess I should ask them. They must be, or they would have been gone already, right?
exactly.
So, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just all about balance.
Yeah. Figuring out that regulation, getting you back.
Yeah.
But even as we said in class, it's okay to have that imbalance because this is how you're figuring out yourself and how you're gonna start doing whatever change work you're interested in, whether it's making yourself more aware or separating yourself into two. This is how the change work is going to begin.
Yeah. That is true. I don't know, I can't see.
17. We're only gonna get through the
Okay.
first like minute and a half. So, is this a
that's
comfortable place for you to stop? Is there anything
Yeah.
else
No.
you're trying to address?
No.